Hi all, in this video we shall see how to create Oracle Data Guard hybrid cloud configuration using DBaaS CLI. A hybrid Oracle Data Guard configuration consists of a primary database and one or more standby databases residing partially on-premise and partially in the Oracle Cloud or Oracle Multi-Cloud. We shall use the DBaaS CLI method to create a cloud standby database from an existing on-premise primary database. After establishing the cloud standby database using this method, you can perform a role transition so that the primary database runs in the cloud instead of on-premise. And Oracle Data Guard lifecycle operations, that is switchover, failover, and reinstate, are available using the DBaaS CLI commands. Listed here are the hybrid cloud recommended sources and destination. It is highly recommended to have a symmetric environment. If you have RAC on your on-premise, then consider having RAC on the OCI database service. If you have an Exadata on-premise, then consider having the Exadata cloud infrastructure for your data guard. Listed here are the maximum availability architecture recommendations for using Exadata cloud for disaster recovery. Refer to the MOS node assessing and tuning network performance for DataGuard and Armin. Also refer to Oracle Transparent Data Encryption (TD) for both primary and standby databases. Refer to this documentation for more details prior to instantiating the standby in OCI. Here is an example of the Aura TCP test. Ensure that you have enough bandwidth for primary DR to OCI. You can test throughput for async transport shown at the bottom left side and latency and throughput for sync transport shown at the right bottom side. This slide lists the best practices to consider for configuring online redo logs. Kindly ensure you configure standby logs on the primary prior to creating the standby on OCI. For online redo logs, you can refer to the output of the SQL command shown in this slide and size your online redo logs accordingly. Now, these following requirements are the prerequisites and must be met to ensure a successful migration to a cloud standby database. Oracle DBaaS tools streamline and simplify the process of creating the standby database in Oracle Cloud while incorporating MA best practices. Prepare the on-premise environment and instantiate the standby database using the DBaaS tools, prepare for standby and configure standby workflows. I have listed the task here. For details on the task, kindly refer to the documentation shared earlier prior to implementation. The first task is to install DBaaS SCA on-premise. A fresh version of DBaaS SCA should be downloaded each time this process is run. Here are the steps that you can follow. In the task 2, install Oracle Home for standby. Use the following steps to create the home if one does not exist. It is recommended that the home for the standby database be the same version RU and includes one of patches. If the same RU is not available, a more recent RU of the same major version can be used. Take note of the Oracle_home_name. You will need it for the migration. The Oracle Home on the cloud system can also be created using the OCI user interface. In task 3, you instantiate the standby DB. As the root user on the first node of the on-premise environment, create the ACFS mount point required to execute Prepare for Standby. To run the Prepare for Standby in the on-premise environment, gather the following information which will be passed to the workflow. Collect the standby scan name and standby scan port. Collect the primary database unique name. Then set the environment variable Oracle underscore home pointing to the on-premise database Oracle home. With that information gathered, as Oracle user on the on-premise, run the prepare for standby workflow with the appropriate replacements. Then SCP this blob file to the cloud environment. Now you are prepared to start the process. So gather some information that has to be passed to the configure standby workflow. Primary scan IP addresses, primary scan port, and primary service name. The Oracle MAA best practice is for the standby to be opened read-only to enable automatic block media recovery. Use the flag ActiveDG to true. Ensure that you have the Active Data Guard license in case of using ADG. As the root OS user on the first node of the cloud environment, run dbas CLI operation, configure standby with corresponding arguments. You can verify the log file provided in the location var opt oracle log. Run the following commands to monitor the progress of the dbas CLI operation configure standby. After the configure standby process completes successfully, validate the standby database. Here are the commands to check the Oracle database configuration from the cloud environment. Also check the broker configuration from the cloud environment. Status should be success. If any other status is shown, rerun the command after waiting 2 minutes to give the broker time to update. If issues persist, see the Oracle Data Guard broker documentation to diagnose and correct any issues. Similarly, from the cloud environment, validate the standby database using DGMGRL. Finally, implement recommended MAA best practices as per the documentation. While many of the recommended best practices are implemented as a part of the workflow, some additional recommendations are not implemented as they may have a performance impact and may need to be evaluated prior to enabling in the production environment. Listed here are the additional key best practices. To protect against plain text or unencrypted tablespace redo from being visible to the WAN, place the following entries in the SQL net.aura file on all on-premise database nodes. After enabling all the prerequisites and configuring the best practices as per the MAA Hybrid Cloud document, replace the appropriate arguments and execute dbca prepare for standby in the on-premises environment as the Oracle user. This will create a blob file in the temp location. SCP this blob file to the cloud environment. Now from the node 1 on the cloud environment, run the dbas CLI data guard configure standby by providing the relevant arguments and the blob file. Enter the requested passwords. After the dbas CLI execution completes successfully, verify the log files for errors and issues. To verify the standby, execute the dbaz CLI commands shown here. Connect to the standby database and verify the DB name, unique name, service names, and broker information. Connect to DGMGRL and check the DataGuard configure for success. Validate the databases in the DataGuard configuration. You can then verify the DataGuard role in the OCI console. That's it in this video. Thank you for watching.